Breaking news with Basedandbougie. Guys, before I begin, I just have to pay tribute to a very special, beautiful, patriotic, amazing human being, which is Caroline. Most people will know her as Crumpet Butter One on X. Now, I'm going to be honest, I only met Caroline twice, but in those two times that I met her, you could just never forget her. Literally, anyone, well, when I was scrolling through my timeline, the amount of people that were showing her so much love, the amount of people that were devastated by her loss, the amount of people that had so much good things to say and also consistent things to say about her being just such a light, just goes to show like her character was just amazing and out of this world. The first time I met her was at the digital ID protest. You guys saw the full footage. She just kept showing me love and encouragement, love and encouragement. The second time I met her again, she just showed me the same love, encouragement, and excitement to see me. And the reason why that means so much to me is because you don't have to. Like, I love people who show you love even when they don't have to. Do you know what I mean? And this is not me by any way trying to make it about me. This is about me showing you guys like an example of what a true Christian, beautiful woman inside and out is like, in the sense that she will see a stranger, she will see someone she doesn't know, and she will just pour so much love into me. Even behind the scenes on X, she will always like be nice to me. She would defend me when ethno nats are attacking me and telling me to get out of the country and how I'm not British. But she just always poured so much encouragement and love. And I was even speaking to Danny Roscoe this morning, and he was telling me she loved me so much. Now, I'm not saying she was a fan. No one here is a fan of me, and I'm not a fan of anyone. Here, we don't do all of that. Oh, she's a fan. We don't do that. We just support each other because we have a common goal. We have a common vision, which is just to save Britain. But apparently, she had a lot of love for me. So I feel as though I just owe her a tribute on my channel because, for one, she always supported me. She always encouraged me. She always defended me when she didn't need to. And also, I just want to say one more thing. Anytime you guys get confused to what this movement is about, I actually want you to go on her page. Like, if you want to know what this movement is about, if you want to know what the people in this movement are about, go on her page, because this movement has never been about race. It's never been about color. The left are so desperate to make it about race. The ethno-nats, they're so desperate to make it about race, but she always stood firm, which was, this is not about race, it's not about color, it's about preserving two things. That's British values and that's Christian values. So may her soul rest in perfect peace. Like, I just couldn't make a video without, giving her some kind of tribute. And also, if I don't link anything in the comment section, sorry, in the description about like a GoFundMe or so on and so forth, it's because a friend of mine actually told me that the family do not want any support. But I'm gonna try find out again if there's any family members who have any GoFundMe, and I'll tag it. But if you don't see it, it's probably because the family don't want any financial support. So in case you guys, are wondering, but why didn't you tag anything? I just want to make that very clear. But yeah, Caroline, rest in perfect peace. You are such a beautiful, special human being. For me to sit down and make time out of my day to pay you a tribute, even though I met you twice, just goes to show you were such a special human being. So a stabbing has just taken place in Huntingdon. Now, I was really contemplating on whether I wanted to actually report on this story because, can I be honest with you guys? Journalism, as much as I love it, I really do love reporting the truth to you guys, but my God, does it get draining. It gets draining. Like, not draining in the sense that I'm tired, because I will never get bored of this, but spiritually draining in the sense that, like, every day I wake up, it's RIP. Every day I wake up, it's dead at 62. Every day I wake up, it's like 13-year-old raped. Every day I wake up, it's like this person assaulted, this person dead, this person raped, this person injured. Like, it's like, does anybody else just feel spiritually drained? Like, I just feel drained. Like, it's too much. And another thing that's crazy that I'm gonna get into is that it's like out of nowhere we just keep getting this influx. It's like every day some BS, some crazy horrendous thing is happening. So it's like if I take my breaks on YouTube sometimes, guys, it's not because I'm getting lazy or I'm not bothered or I'm too busy for you guys. No, it's generally because sometimes it's spiritually draining. Like, we're not supposed to live like this where we're always seeing RIP, we're always seeing 16 injured, we're always seeing young girl raped. It's a lot. It takes a toll on you. Sometimes you just need to take a break, come back. So basically, on the 1st of November, a man who has now been identified as Anthony Williams, he basically went into a train. The train was the London North Eastern Railway train in Huntingdon, Cambridgeshire, on a Saturday evening, and he basically he went into the train and he just started stabbing people. Okay. Now, allegedly, let me emphasize allegedly, I may be wrong because, you know, we can get things wrong, but at the same time, I may be right because how many times have we been right? But allegedly, this guy was shouting Allahu Akbar. It's not confirmed, but I have seen news on X that people were hearing Allahu Akbar. I just want to put it out there, allegedly. Now, this man has been charged with 11 accounts of attempted murder, meaning he's tried to kill 11 people. Now, I'm going to show you guys some footage of what happened that night. Now, guys, you will never believe, well, you are going to believe this because we keep seeing this pattern where people like this, who are threats to society, keep committing crimes either a day before or a week before or not long before the actual mass attack. We saw with Axel Cabana was planning an attack on the school until his dad stopped him. The police did not arrest him. The same thing happened with this guy, Anthony. Yes, hours before he went into the train and started stabbing people, he actually ran into a barber shop. First of all, he was just drinking like crazy, and after that, he started basically threatening people in the bar. Let me just show you guys the footage. Now, two things I have to say about this footage is, for one, why didn't the police do anything about it? If this happened and the police was aware of this, why did they not stop him? Why did they not arrest him? That's the first question I have. The second question that I have is, if no one did call the police, because at the end of the day, sometimes you do need to pick up the phone, because at the end of the day, the police is not Big Brother. They don't have eyes everywhere. But if no one did call the police, why did no one call the police? This is why we keep getting into these problems here in the UK and we keep having this mass stabbings, is because no one cares to call the police. But at the same time, I don't blame people for not calling the police, because our police are useless. They're so useless. They're too busy eating donuts and policing people's tweets than actually going out and actually acting on the real crime that's going on here in the UK. For example, when I was on GB News, someone on the panel said that his car got broken into and he didn't even bother reporting it. And he has had friends who don't even bother reporting to the police because they know they don't do their job anymore. So Imagine how much this attack would have been prevented had one, somebody just reported it. Even if the police showed up or not, just report it. And two, if the police started doing their jobs and actually started to become reliable sources who actually protect the public, maybe people would have been inclined to call the police and this would have not had happened. Again, allegedly, this man stabbed a DLR passenger the night before. What is our police doing? Why didn't our police do anything about this? Like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired. Like, this is the type of stuff that makes me feel so spiritually drained and almost just helpless. Because it's like, wow, our police really don't care. Our police really does not care to do anything about what's going on in our country anymore. They don't care. He stabbed one person on the DLR train. That was him saying, listen, I'm capable of doing very horrendous things. And he was still let out. What is going on in this country? I am tired. It's scary times we are living in. It's scary because here's my thing. Crazy people are always going to exist. Psychopaths, murderers, they're always going to exist, okay? Because the devil is real. But what's scarier is the fact that our police don't want to do anything about it. The people that are supposed to protect us ain't doing anything. We saw this with Southport, and now the same thing is happening again. But if you say something, you're a racist. You're far right. But anyways, guys, let me show you some footages of what the witnesses had to say.
I asked what that suspect looked like. They said it's a black male in all black, so a black hoodie. And then at the back of the station, he's walking calmly. As the police were coming through, like armed police, I said, I think that's the guy. And essentially, as they got closer to him, they started shouting, like, get down, get down. He then was waving a knife, quite a large knife. And then they detained him. I think it was a taser that got him down in the end.
I was in Coach H. I was literally just listening to Audible on my phone. And then I had guys suddenly run past going, run, run. There's a guy stabbing literally everyone, everything. There was a few of us kind of looking at each other like thinking, was it a joke, like it's Halloween, I'll be pranking. But then you could kind of see in their faces they were being serious. I kind of got my stuff and I was running and everyone was really pushing behind us, really panicking. And at this point I was kind of asking questions like, what's happening, like who is it? And they were like, a guy's just stabbing everyone back there. Put my hand on this chair, like just trying to push myself forward. And then I look at my hand and it's covered in blood. And then I look at the chair and there's blood all over the chair. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is pretty serious. So some of the guys that had ran through to kind of alert us to run, they were the ones who had also been stabbed. So we're running over and getting to the edge of the carriage, still trying to work out who is it, what's their intentions, what's their motives. I just knew they were stabbing everyone. And someone kind of said they thought they had a gun. Pulled the emergency alarm and just trying to work out, can we barricade the doors, can we lock the doors, but we couldn't really. And then by the time I got to the end of the carriage I realised I was actually at the back of it and there was about 6 of us. There was a girl, bless her, who was really, really in a bit of a state because the guy had actually tried to stab her and one of the older guys, who's an absolute hero, blocked it with his head and he's got this like gash, he had this gash on his head, he's got I think a gash on his neck and he's kind of we're kind of giving him like our jackets to keep the pressure on the blood. And while we're doing that, there's a person that I know, and he's kind of looked at me and gone like, "Have you got anything we can use in case he comes through?"
There's at least 10 ambulances, 12 ambulances.
We had a Jack Daniels bottle between us, and that was it. So we're kind of sitting there with one Jack Daniels bottle, just looking down the end of this carriage, just praying somebody doesn't walk down with a knife, with a gun. We didn't really know what was going on.
In the same time, I saw the person on my right holding a knife. So was surrounded very, very quick by the police. And in the same time he was holding the knife, he was asking to the police to kill him. So like he repeated like 3 or 4 times like, kill me, kill me, kill me. And the police asked him to drop the weapon. He was not dropping the knife. And I think like they used that like electric... a
taser.
A taser, yes. So like he dropped very, very quick. And they immobilized him, like they was on top of him, so they immobilized him. In my opinion, when I was looking at him, he was looking scared, like when he was surrounded by the police. So I think he understood at that moment the gravity of the situation and what they done. So in that moment of his reflection to say like that. I think he understood it's better to be killed than to deal with the consequences after what he done.
And how long was it between you noticing the police and all of this happening?
I mean, it's seconds. It's like since the point I saw police moving towards the station, in less than 1 minute, like it was seconds. The police reacted very fast, so like it was very, 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 very quick action from the police, to be honest.
That must have been quite a frightening thing to witness.
I mean, being like in England, watching the news is like a daily basis situation right now, like because in London it's happening like a couple times a day at least. So the point is that this area here, like Sunnyards, Huntingdon, it's like more a quiet place, to say like that, not that agitated like London. So since I lived here in the last 7 years, like was not nothing happening like this, you know.
Now, of course, the media refuses to do their job, which is give us details on what happened or who did this. They keep reiterating this man as a British man. The same thing that they done with Axel Cabana. They kept saying this is a Welsh man. That's not giving us anything. And Nick Tanconi said this best. He said that every single time our media refuses to give us the race, refuses to give us the culture, the ethnicity, and most importantly, the ideology that is driving someone to do these horrendous acts, is every time they refuse to solve the issue. Okay.
The announcement that law enforcement are saying that yesterday's attack isn't terror related. If it's not terror related, in the most heinous of crimes, where two men have dressed in black bloc, they've inserted themselves into a metal tube deliberately to slash and slay and to terrorize unarmed, defenseless, innocent civilians. If it's not terror related, then what's the explanation? Signed confessions and nothing else. Signed confessions with regards to the motivations for this attack. Nothing else will do. Here's a thought. If it's not terror related, what is it to do with? Because if it's terror related, we all know that links to ideology. That makes it terrorism. This is very dangerous. As soon as you remove the terrorism label, it can't be to do with ideology. That means you can't point it at any one direction, be that demographic, religion. Causality goes out the window, and we're there losing our minds thinking, well, we're just surrounded by knife-wielding psychopaths and maniacs. The British public isn't buying it anymore. I'm not buying it anymore. We haven't for a very long time. These acts are so heinous, so callous. The only thing that matters now is causality. And I've seen different political leaders throw in their 2 cents about what needs to happen next. Order must be restored to Britain. The only way you can have order, indeed to restore it, is to enforce it. And the British government are making no noises whatsoever about what's going to change. You can't throw money at the problem. If it's ideologically related and therefore terrorism, this is something that has to be confronted and fought, defeated, removed, eradicated, not just from our country, but from planet Earth. If it's ideological related, it's terrorism. If it's not, it's lone wolf stuff, mental health stuff. Do we really believe that? No justice, no peace. Justice comes about when we know the motivations, the understanding of the mindset of why people are behaving like this. Crimes are always committed for passion, certainly. Crimes are committed for profit, of course. But when it's ideological, you can't see it, you can't understand it, you can't make any sense of it, and you only need 1 or 2 psychopaths to do the job, to terrorize. All the hallmarks, every time, are of ideology-linked-backed terrorism. Yet law enforcement tell us we've got no reason to believe it's terrorism. Looks like it, sounds like it, smells like it, but it's not.
Say, for example, you take your child out to, I don't know, Vapiano's, and your child keeps getting sick every time you go to Vapiano's. Are you going to continue to send your child to Vapiano's? No, you're not. You're going to go to Vapiano's, you're going to say, listen, I really love you guys' restaurant, but why does my child keep getting sick? And when the restaurant tells you, oh, it's because we put nuts in our pasta, you're going to stop. You're going to remove the nuts. But our establishment isn't doing that. They know there's a problem here. They know there's a problem of ethnicities. There's a certain ethnicity who keep committing these knife crimes. In this case, is the black community. One thing about me, I don't care if I'm the same race, the same culture, the same, age, even if we have the same name, I'm going to call you out. Because at the end of the day, it's not about tribalism, it's about keeping people safe. Okay? But, every time they refuse to dissect the problem and tell us where is this coming from, is every single time they basically create this they just create this invisible fear where we're just looking around wondering, when is it going to happen? Is it going to happen here? Is it going to happen here? Rather than immediately being able to identify the type of person who will do this. Their refusal to give us the ideologies and the religions and the ethnicity and just the behavior behind this is what's making this country more dangerous, and is what's making me so spiritually drained, because it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Now, as for this guy being British, I'm not buying that. I don't believe that Britishness is what drove him to do this. An ideology drew him to do this. Something drew him to do this. That could be any ideology. I'm not even saying it's like a religious ideology. It could be even just like a gang ideology, because I know sometimes certain gangs can be very like, I don't know how to explain it, but like tribal, and they almost treat their gangs as like a religion. Guys, you'll be shocked. Them saying that this is British, being British didn't drive him to do this. A certain ideology did. If I get up every week and I make videos for you guys, something is driving me, and it's not my Britishness that's driving me, it's my ideology. It's my love for people. My love for people comes from Christ. Christ comes from God. God comes from Christianity. That's spirituality drives everything. There's always a spirit driving people. There's always a religion driving people. There's always an ideology driving people. So let's be honest about it. But the reason why they don't want to do that is because they want to protect and preserve this thing called multiculturalism, because they're benefiting from it every single time, the elections come. And that's what's disgusting to me. And again, just makes me so spiritually drained by this country. So once again, every single time they refuse to dissect the issue and tell us where the problem is coming from, is every single time these problems are going to continue to happen. Which leads me to my next point. I think all of this is being done on purpose. Now, guys, something is spiritually telling me, I can't prove it, I don't have evidence, this is all alleged, I'm probably lying. But something is spiritually telling me that all these attacks that we've been seeing in the last weeks, for instance, the attack that happened in Huntingdon, the synagogue attack, the mosque attack, I even just saw now, literally 20 minutes ago on the Shade Borough, that a man tried to burn down a asylum hotel. Something spiritually in my heart is telling me that these things are being done on purpose. These things are being orchestrated. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. I don't even have proof. Maybe I just may be going crazy, but something is telling me, because am I the only person that feels like out of nowhere, the last 3 months, we've just had this influx of just horrendous, just absolute terror running rampant. It out of nowhere. It wasn't even like this last year, but this year is just out of nowhere. And mind you, all of this is happening right as they are about to introduce digital ID. Listen, I don't have any evidence about what I am assuming here, okay? But I do have evidence of a pattern. And one thing I know about the establishment is anytime they want to introduce something, they have to create a problem. We saw it with 9/11. They wanted to go into war in Iraq. What did they do? Let's create a problem, allegedly. We saw the same thing with COVID-19. We want all of these people to be jabbed up. What do? Let's create a flu. I think the same thing is happening here, guys. I think they really want to push this digital ID nonsense. I'm not saying that these people who are committing these crimes are being forced to, or they're being drugged to do these things. But what I'm trying to say is just, with how loose our establishment has been with just crime, the first one being just opening the borders up, as if our borders can only find models as legs. Like, it's just open, it's just loose. Two, every single time an attack happens, an attack has happened prior to that, and the police again does nothing about it. Three, the fact that they're letting all these people out of jail because they want to create space. What? Then you have four, the fact that our establishment doesn't want to crack down on crime. They don't want to give harsher penalties. I'm not sure if you remember, I don't know if it was 2 years back, there was a man who was like stabbing a guy on the train. I'm going to show you the footage.
Beckenham train station. Beckenham train station. No, I'm on the train. As soon as possible. When the ambulance. When the ambulance. This man was a bit nasty. When the ambulance. Beckenham. I'm on the train. The Beckenham junction. Beckenham. And this man stabbed someone on the train.
Yeah, that guy got released. He didn't get no jail time. So when you look at all these problems, when you look at all these scenarios, you can't tell me this is not intentional. You can't tell me this is not accidental. You can't tell me, oh, this is just a problem that's come out of nowhere. No, they are allowing this to happen, guys. They are really allowing this to happen. And this is another reason why sometimes I feel so spiritually drained talking about this, because I feel like when the establishment wants something to happen, it's going to happen. And my theory, again, I may be wrong, I may be going cuckoo, this is all alleged, but my theory is they really want to push this digital ID, but they cannot do it unless something tragic happens. And the way I'm seeing all of these back to back tragic events happening in the hands of people that us on the right keep complaining about, they're just allowing it. They're just allowing it, and it causes more outrage. And I think this outrage is going to lead to civil war, and this civil war is only going to end if there's digital ID. That's the pattern. That's always been the pattern. Anytime the establishment wants to introduce something huge, and in this case is digital ID, but we will only know in the next couple years. But guys, London is not safe. It's not safe, and it breaks my heart, guys. I don't think you guys understand. I love my London. I love this country. I don't see myself anywhere else. I love this place, and it breaks my heart to know how unsafe it's becoming. Even the safest parts are becoming unsafe. It's scary, and we've been sold out. We've been sold out. Our establishment has sold us out to something or someone, because you cannot tell me you're going to continue to allow something that is not working to happen to continue to happen and you're not benefiting from it. No way. But anyways, guys, if you guys want more videos like this, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.